You are Locked On Yankees POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports New York on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, we're back exactly how the Yankees drew it up. And guess what? We're off to the Final Four. A breezy 3-1 victory for the Yankees tonight in Kansas City over the Royals. They win the division series in 4 games, 3-1. And as we said, off to the ALCS. Gerrit Cole 7-inning gem. We'll break it down. Giancarlo once again contributes with the bat. And once again, the bullpen shines. We'll break it all down coming up. Again, a 3-1 Yankees win. Away we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. If not, glad we get the chance to know each other. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. You can follow me on X at Jay Berman. That's JayBerman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Sports New York YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to hang out after every single Yankees game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. We'll chat everything Gerrit Cole, who, as we said, went 7 glorious innings tonight. He made the start for the Bombers, and he was followed up by the Pen, who once again shined. Stanton's night, once again, impactful. We once again had to discuss Aaron Judge, despite the fact that not only did the Yankees win, but he was on base 3 times tonight. Struggles are still there. 2 walks and a clean double. But again, we'll get to Aaron Judge. We'll also get to games 1 and 2 of the American League Championship Series as we look ahead. Those will be Monday and Tuesday night in New York. All that coming up on the postcast. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. You can start the season with a big return on FanDuel. Place your first $5 bet, and you'll get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. As we said, Yankees beat the Royals tonight, 3-1 the final score. Yanks scored early. In fact, 3 pitches in, it was 1-0 Yankees. That after a Juan Soto RBI single. Gleyber had another good night. And again, just like that, the Yankees jumped out in front 1-0. It remained that way into the 5th. Yankees played it a run of the 5th, made it 2-0. They played it a run again in the 6th to make it 3-0. Royals would get back to 3-1 at the bottom of the 6th, but that was it. 3-1 was the final score, and a big reason why Gerrit Cole, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks through just 87 pitches. In fact, I was a little bit surprised he didn't come out for the 8th inning. Again, just 87 pitches, 63 strikes. He was phenomenal. Again, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, did not walk a batter, did not allow a home run, and struck out 4. It was his first win of the series. Obviously did not pitch well in game 1, despite the fact that the Yankees won that game of the series. Clay Holmes, he has been amazingly, surprisingly, astoundingly excellent in his new role in the bullpen, especially in the postseason. We'll get to some of his stats. And then, of course, the Yankees' best reliever right now is Luke Weaver. He might be the best reliever remaining of any of the teams still standing in both the National League and the American League. His 3rd save, obviously saved all 3 games. He threw just 9 pitches in his inning of work in the 9th inning to register 2 strikeouts, 9 pitches, 8 strikes through 1 ball. Took him about 45 seconds to retire the Royals in the 9th inning. Again, 3-1 the final score. As for the offense, Gleyber, 2 more hits, scored a run, drove in a run. He's really solidified the top of that lineup. We talked about it a lot when the Yankees finally moved Torres into the top of the order. Much like the Mets, in fact, did with Francisco Lindor, has really sparked both teams, specifically the top of the lineup. And, of course, we then settled on Austin Wells in the 4-hole, and we had our top 4, and away we go, Torres, Soto, Judge, and Wells. And then, of course, you throw in Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton had 2 more hits tonight. a big RBI single, hitting 375 for the series for the postseason. He was pinch run for late in the game. But again, and those are always scary because you never know what's going to happen, and especially in a close game, which all four games of the series really were. So when you take one of your starters out, you get a little nervous. Luckily for the Yankees, knock on wood, did not need the services of Stanton after that inning. But again, we have talked about the rotation, if you will, the lineup, if you will, which features, once again, Alex Verdugo in left, and he's been fine. Haven't heard a word about Dominguez lately, have you? John Birdie played first base tonight. Oswaldo Cabrera sat. We talked about this 2 nights ago in regards to Anthony Rizzo and the fact that the Yankees, in my opinion, miss Anthony Rizzo. Need to get those fractured fingers healed up as quickly as possible, and that will be a much welcomed addition to the Yankee lineup. Again, Glaber had 2 hits. Soto had the RBI. Judge did have a clean double. Really the best he's looked, the cleanest shot he's had off the bat. He also walked twice. So he was on base 3 times, scored a run, which for Aaron Judge these days is an improvement. But again, in 4 games, hitting just 154. Austin Wells has been struggling as well. In fact, Judge now has a 154 batting average through 4 games of the postseason. Austin Wells, believe it or not, 125, has just 1 hit. Stanton again, terrific. 2 for 3 with their Ribby single. Jazz 0 for 3. Volpe 1 for 4. Verdugo 0 for 4. John Birdie 1 for 3. But again, the story was the pitching. Gerrit Cole in a breezy 7-inning affair, 6 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. Again, through just 87 pitches. I was surprised he didn't come out for the 8th inning. Regardless, the formula for Aaron Boone tonight was clearly going to be 6 or 7 from Gerrit Cole, 1 or 2 from Clay Holmes, and then give it to Luke Weaver, however long that took, and get the job done. Luke Weaver and Clay Holmes, what a dynamic duo that back end of the bullpen for the Yankees has been. The 8th and 9th inning have really been lockdowns for the Yankees. The bullpen's great. The starting pitching tonight was great. The clutch hitting was great. And because of it, the Yankees are moving on. As we said, the 19th American League Championship appearance for the Yankees, the most in baseball. The last 3, in fact, 2017, 2019 and 2022. Obviously, the Yankees lost all 3 of those championship series. They lost them all to Houston. Will that change? Well, we'll get to American League Division Series game number 5 between Cleveland and Detroit. And we'll have to see who will be the next Yankees opponent. Regardless, ALCS games 1 and 2 will be Monday and Tuesday in New York. No surprise that Gerrit Cole was as sterling as he was tonight. In 8 career regular season outings against the Royals, 4-1 with a 2.77 ERA. And believe it or not, Gerrit Cole has now clinched a series twice. The first time he clinched a series with a start with the Astros versus the Rays back in 2019, 8 innings, 10 Ks. Really one of his best postseason performances, if not his best postseason performance. Well, he tried to equal it, came close tonight in his second clinching performance. As we said, 7 innings, 4 Ks, 1 run, 6 hits, did not walk a batter. And again, Cole was simply brilliant. All right, the Yankees walked 27 times in the series, a combined 27 walks. It just goes to show, despite winning the series 3-1, and despite the lack of clutch hits, the Yankees still can wear down a pitching staff, and that's exactly what they did. Now, the Royals, perhaps playing a bit over their head, lost 100 games last year. I don't think very many people expected them to beat the Yankees. Regardless, a formidable foe. But again, giving the Yankees lots of free passes. 27 times the Yankees took a base on balls in the series. Lucas Erceg, Luke Weaver's counterpart in the back of the bullpen for Kansas City. And this isn't exactly where they lost the game, but he was brought in to face Soto with 2 on and 2 out in the 5th inning, the closer, and he's been pretty good. He throws hard, right around 100. He does get Soto to fly out to center, but he did end up giving up a run. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned for Erceg, who came in that 5th inning to get that last out. All right, let's get to Aaron Judge, who, of course, facing Michael Wacha, the starter tonight for Kansas City. Judge entered against Wacha 1 for 20. He was 1 for 11 coming into the 4th and final game of this division series. He goes 1 for 2 tonight with a couple of walks. So that makes him 2 for 13 overall. And he is now 12 for 83 in his little postseason rut going back to the start of the 2020 playoffs. Now, he doubled off Erceg to start the 6th inning, his first extra base hit of the series. Of course, after the infield comes in on the next play, Stanton follows with a ribby single 2 batters later, and away we go. The Yankees added to their lead. All right, we have some bullpen numbers. We'll get to that. We'll obviously get to Clay Holmes and the rest of the bullpen. They've all been excellent. But first, we must take a quick break. All right, Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week coming up. That's right, only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in October. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss the deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. This episode of the Locked On Yankees postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your baseball rivals. Book today on Booking.com, the official accommodation partner of Major League Baseball. Get the Booking.com app today. Explore those U.S. cities you've always secretly wanted to learn more about, be it St. Louis or Denver, or how about even Seattle? With hotels, bed and breakfasts, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com, you might just find your perfect stay, even in your baseball rival city during postseason. Maybe it's time to taste test your baseball competition stadium cuisine. Luckily, on Booking.com, you can find the stadium stay that's just right for you. With Booking.com's wide variety of choices across the U.S., you can go incognito to all your baseball rival cities. Booking.com can help you book a stay that's close to your home teams or rivals' stadium. No matter what team you're rooting for this postseason, Booking.com can make you a fan of any U.S. city, from hotels that look over stadiums to family-friendly resorts to cute bed and breakfast stays. Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your baseball rivals. Booking.com, booking.yeah. All right, we are back after a wonderful 3-1 tidy little Yankee victory over the Royals. And because of it, the Yanks are now off to the American League Championship Series for a record 19th time. 19 championship series. We mentioned Clay Holmes before the break. His 10th postseason appearance was tonight. No runs. Let's go back to when Clay Holmes was an all-star. Fast forward to when Clay Holmes, barely a major leaguer. Fast forward again, Clay Holmes, an integral part to that Yankee bullpen. No runs in 10 postseason appearances in his career. In this year's postseason, 4 games, 5 innings, no runs, specifically again in this series. He goes an inning, throws 10 pitches, strikes out a batter, does not allow a base runner, and he gets the hold for what it's worth. But again, a huge reason why the Yankees are on their way to the championship series, specifically in the division series, was because of guys like Clay Holmes and Luke Weaver. Yanks relievers have now thrown a combined 13 2/3 innings, permitted just 1 run, which was unearned on 8 hits, 4 walks, and 12 strikeouts. The bullpen has been amazing. And what a tumultuous year it's been for the bullpen. As we said, we documented Clay Holmes' all-star candidacy. Then we documented Clay Holmes' fall from grace. And then, of course, his rise from the ashes right back into a prominent role, not in the 9th inning, but certainly in the 7th and 8th inning, where he has been dazzling. And you kind of get the feeling Luke Weaver is good for a couple of 5 or 6 out saves coming up, especially if he's going to convert on these 3 out saves by throwing just 9 pitches, which is exactly what he did once again. All right, we need to talk about the quote-unquote benches clearing dust-up, if you will, and these are getting ridiculous. I understand the code of baseball, and I understand it's a very macho-type sport, but it's ridiculous. Bottom of the 6th inning, Michael Garcia, a little miffed with Anthony Volpe. To be honest, the tag was fine with the left hand, with the glove hand. The right forearm to the neck of Garcia, I think, is what pissed off Garcia the most. But again, that caused Garcia to say some words to both Volpe, and it looked like Gerrit Cole as well. Cole walked towards him in between first and second as Garcia was walking off the field. Bench is clear. I don't know why Jazz got involved. For some reason, he was miffed as well. Regardless, no punches thrown, no fisticuffs, so to speak. But again, the benches and bullpens did clear, which is 2024 baseball to a T. And again, cooler heads prevailed, which was certainly something that we are happy for. Don't ever want to see fights, and you certainly don't want to see fights in the postseason, be it injuries, obviously suspensions, bad look all around. All right, Michael Wacha got the start for the Royals, 4 2/3, 2 earned. Yanks managed 8 hits off of the Royals pitching staff tonight. Their bullpen, Their bullpen was tonight. Despite the fact that the Yankees only scored 3 runs and only had 8 hits, you did not get that clutch hit from the Yankees, but it felt like it was close. And I know that means nothing because the results are the results. But I did not feel like the Yankees were being locked down by the Kansas City bullpen. And obviously, that's exactly what the Yankees bullpen was doing to the Royals lineup, locking them down. And that is going to be quite a weapon, especially if Gerrit Cole continues to pitch like he did tonight. If Gerrit Cole pitches like he did in game 1, well, the pressure is going to be on Holmes and Weaver to go even deeper into games. They combined to throw just 19 pitches, 15 for strikes. They were amazing. If Cole can go 7, and by the way, he could have easily gone 8. He only threw 87 pitches through 7. But the formula for Boone, as we said, was Cole, Holmes, Weaver. And he got it. So kudos to Boone for the formula and for the formula getting correct. All right, listen up, NFL fans. Now is your chance to start the season with a big return. Yep, you can do it with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. So here's what you do when you have a hunch in the middle of the game. Go over to FanDuel.com, check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more. The best part is it's all on the same page where you place your bets. Everything is right there for you. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com, FanDuel.com. All right, once again, a tidy little 3-1 win for the Yankees over the Royals tonight. It's off to the American League Championship Series. We need to find out who the Yankees are going to play. We'll find out tomorrow night, Friday night, the final game of Saturday will be the final game of the Tigers-Guardians series. That'll be an early start time on Saturday. That'll be 4:30 from Cleveland. Guardians and Tigers again tied at 2. Skubal for Detroit, Boyd for the Guardians. And again, that after today's win for the Guardians over the Tigers, 5-4. They hang on to even the series at 2 games apiece. So more relaxation next couple of days for the Yankees. And as we said, the ALCS will get underway on Monday in the Bronx. Again, the question is, will it be Detroit or will it be Cleveland? And obviously there's postseason history for both those teams with the Yankees. It should be fun either way. But again, Saturday, 4:30 Eastern, Tigers and Guardians in a pivotal Game 5, a decisive Game 5, and Vegas not expecting many runs. The total there is 6. That is extremely low. Detroit minus 125 on the money line. Cleveland plus 105 on the money line. And again, that total is 6. Tigers, Guardians, 4:30 Eastern, Game 5 ALDS for the right to face the Yankees in the American League Championship Series. And again, as we said, worthy of repeating, the Championship Series in the American League will begin Monday in New York. That's Game 1. Game 2 will be in New York as well. Gerrit Cole was brilliant tonight. In 8 career regular season outings against the Royals, he was 4-1 with a 2.77 ERA. Now tack on a postseason game, and Cole, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, no walks, 4 Ks through just 87 pitches. Obviously good enough to get the win. Clay Holmes, we told you about, a scoreless inning. Luke Weaver, we told you about, another scoreless inning. Yankees combined 3 pitchers for 0 walks tonight. Yanks did not walk a batter, combined to strike out 7 and allow just 6 hits on 1 earned run. So again, the Yankees are off to the American League Championship Series. As we told you, the last 3 times the Yanks were in the ALCS, 2017, 2019, 2022, they lost all 3 to the Houston Astros. And thank our good Lord upstairs, no Houston Astros that we have to deal with. Thank you for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. Now go check out the Locked On MLB podcast. Prepare for the Fall Classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day. You can find the link to Locked On MLB in the description, so you don't need to search. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Also want to mention our partners in crime over at Locked On Yankees, Stacey Katsulias and Brian McKeon. They do a great job. Follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Again, a 3-1 win. So long, Kansas City. They are done. The Yanks dispatch of the Royals in 4 easy games. Not that the games weren't close, but I think the Yankees flexed their postseason muscle, and they certainly took care of business. Gleyber Torres has been hot. Juan Soto has been hot. Giancarlo Stanton, the hottest of hot. That's where we are hitting-wise. Gerrit Cole bounces back from his poor Game 1 with an excellent Game 4. Luke Weaver has been excellent. Clay Holmes has been excellent. The bullpen has been amazing. Yanks put it all together tonight, 3-1 win. They take the series in 4. It's off to the American League Championship Series for a record 19th time. We will get you set as of course, Monday night with the Yankees postcast. Will it be Detroit or Cleveland? We'll find out on Saturday.